Well, it's been a while since I made a video, so figured it was due time. I actually did make a video update and I decided not to post it because, well, I let anger get the best of me in the video and it showed a side of me I didn't want to put online. And it would have, at the time, expressed feelings towards the company that were not good. It would have been pretty much just me down talking them. And they came through this time. They've come through every time. It's just been, I guess, not in a timely manner due to how impatient I am. And it helps with the fact that I've been working on this project for so long that these slowdowns, now that I'm motivated, are just, they kill motivation, and it's just more irritating, I guess, every time I hit a roadblock. So to show where I'm at, I don't remember where my last video actually left off, so I'll cover over some things that might have already been addressed. So one, all of my TCI mid stuff is bolted up now. Torque arm, these angle bars. I've got my fuel sender, gas tank's just laid in place. I've got my brace here. I've got my panhard bar, panhard bracket in place. Coilovers all mounted up. Rear trailing arms bolted in place where they go. My fuel bulkhead. This will probably end up getting changed out to a 90 because I don't like the way this hose runs along the top. And I'll probably cant this bulkhead T here forward more so it points out this way, and this will probably change to a 90 so it goes out and then curves up to it. I drilled this hole here out. This was originally for the brake mount, and I drilled it out to use a fuel 90 because originally I was going to come follow this hole up here where the old parking brake cable went. You can see my holes drilled. A couple of them, the other ones are like inside the tunnel. There's one there, so on, but I haven't bolted the fuel line back up because I rattle canned these holes so it was at least coated better. A little bit of rust prevention. But anyways, the fuel line, I'll have to show in another video. You can see the actual feed line on this side is ran. It's just got one clamp in it down here, right up there, or let's see, there you go. And these are all flared in. There'll be a filter mounted here to the floor. This will be the after pump filter here. And there'll be another clamp that goes here, but since this goes into the seat platform area, I have to riv nut this, and I didn't have the riv nut tool for the size bolt it is, so I had to order it. It should be in tomorrow. So this is flared as well here. AN nuts, this is 8 AN 1/2 inch line. And I'll just join the flex through this hole here with a union, and it'll flex up to the throttle body injection. The return line will pass through the same area right here. It comes along here, curves inward, and follows this brake line all the way back and just kind of rides up and angles right here. It's sitting on the bench right now. I'll have to get my roommate to come help me mount it up later because you have to have someone inside the car to hold or to tighten down the nuts. Because unlike these, the bolts go on the outside and the nuts on the inside. So the issue I ran into was when I went to mount my sway bar. It mounts right here on these little tabs. And here is the sway bar all painted up, ready to mount. Now if you notice, my ends are level. You'll notice these bars are different. I mean, granted the length is going to be different because they're overlapped a little bit, but so the ends are the same. Ends are the same, but you'll see this one's much wider. This bar was from the original kit, and I had called TCI back early in 2019, early this year, and asked for all the parts that had changed. And they sent them to me.
Well, I didn't think anything of the old sway bar being an issue. I figured it still fit, so I'd use the same one. It doesn't.
You can see here where it's scratched. That's where it was impacting on the coilovers. It would not even fit in between the coilovers where it needed to sit. So got on the phone with them after a couple pictures and talking to them, and they kept wanting to check the ends. It's like the ends are going to be the same. Those didn't move on the axle housing, so the end link's going to be it's going to be fine. Sorry, I can't talk. It's going to be this distance from the outside of this to the outside of this. So they hooked me up. I worked with Mario this time. He hooked me up, got me a bar, went and measured it, found one, sent me measurements, told me to double check, went and checked everything out, and they mailed me out a bar. Didn't charge me anything, didn't have to pay shipping, anything like that. They covered it as an RMA replacement due to me just having the wrong bar size. So it worked out. They, like I said, they helped me out, and I mean, it's a pain in the ass that I already had this painted, these installed, ready to bolt up, and I hit a roadblock and had to stop. This was 2-3 weeks ago that I ran into this, I think. The bar just came today, so I'm coming out of the shop. I'm about to scuff this bar, and I'm probably just gonna rattle can it. I'm not gonna go through the hassle of epoxying it. Too much of a pain in the ass to mix up epoxy, clean the guns. I got plans today, so I'm just gonna scuff it, wax, grease, remove it, rattle can it, be done with it. So my fuel pump, this is the other fuel line here. My fuel pump, I actually figured out a method or a better place to mount it. This is pre-filter and then pump. I rigged up this here bracket, and I don't know if you noticed the sheet metal over here that the sway bars are sitting on. I ordered some stainless and some aluminum. I'm probably gonna end up using the aluminum. But this bracket is going to fit up inside of here. Let's see if I can do this without scuffing stuff up. It's gonna mount somewhere around like this. The back here, this side, will bolt through on this little lip, this little drop lip. I don't know if you can make it out, but this lip right here. And the top here will run through this floor panel that's angled, and then the pump will hang off the bottom along with the filter, and it should have good clearance of this panhard bar. I really won't know for sure until I set this car down. It'll be kind of a sketch moment. So I'm probably gonna mock this up and mount it and pray it works. I don't foresee that bar lifting up that much higher than what it is on that end. And I'm gonna mount it as far that way as I can. I'm really hoping this fits, because otherwise, I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it. So, shy of that, the only other thing I did was mounted my masters, ran those lines. Don't know if these lines that are going to the bulkheads are going to stay that way. I don't really know if I like the way they look. I also ran these lines. These are rib nut to hold those in, and they cross over to there. And these are probably going to have to change and be redone, because I don't think I'm going to leave these bulkheads where they're at. They're gonna end up hitting the wheel, I think. When this turns, oh, all right, so wheel turn, and granted this thing's not centered, so it's not actually turned as far as it would on this side. The other side turns more. So this sticks out a good ways right here. And the way I measured roughly, my tire is gonna come out about as far as this caliper face, which is gonna be all up on this. So I have two options. The other side I have a 90 on. I don't think it's gonna work. See the same issue. Granted, actually the 90 is mounted on the caliper side on this one. I tried it the other way, it didn't want to work either. So This definitely doesn't work. It sticks it way in. The only way I can foresee this clearing is if my wheel actually is out far enough that it's past this, and I don't think it's gonna be. I already have to figure out a way to lock this steering out. Or not lock it out, but put stops on it. I ordered some Fox body rack, what are they called? Steering stops, or there's another term they used on them. I don't remember what it was, but anyways, it they go in here. You take this boot loose, and they clip over there, and they're essentially like bump stops. They prevent it from oversteering to where you would rub. And they use them whenever you're mounting bigger wheels up front or wider wheels that would normally rub the frame or suspension components or something like that. So I hope they fit this, otherwise I have no clue what I'm gonna do. But I'm thinking these bulkheads are gonna have to move up here, and might end up having the same problem. I might end up having to pass them through the frame rail here to keep them low and inside of that wheel area. Most of the pictures I've seen of Mustang 2 style brake setups, they run a 90 fitting, and the hose runs forward through the inside of the spindle, between the spindle and the coil, up and around, which is what I might end up having to do. So that's where I'm at. I got a couple of goodies in. That's the setup I had when I was going to do the 90 off the fuel bulkhead. I got these little deals in. These are 1/8 inch MPT with a 3AN female, 3AN male. That's to run my switches, which are these. These are Willwood brake pressure switches. So that'll be able to run my brake lights, and I'm also going to run one on my clutch master, which is going to be used for a clutch safety switch for probably launch control, or there was some other use. I can't think of what it was. Might be something with the remote start. But the other issue I ran into, my reservoirs don't fit. Since these are recessed in a good bit, they hit up here. So my only two options are going to be to somehow mount a remote, which I don't have anything flat up here to mount to. I mean, I can move this brake line here maybe and mount it along this very top ridge, but then I'm gonna have to trim this lip and like cut it away so my remote reservoirs can fit. I don't know, I tried all their small reservoirs and none of them fit on here, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm definitely not making the deadline I was hoping for though. Anyways, I made this video long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and get this sanded and painted and call it a day. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll have some better idea of where to move forward on the next video, or we'll already have this stuff fixed that I've mentioned. Thanks for watching, guys.